All right, Derek LeBlanc here with Top MMA News, here with TJ Grant. So first, TJ, how's everything going?
Things are going good. Training's been going great. My weight's down. You know, I'm just looking to fight. It's been a long time.
All right, so right now you're getting ready to face Shane Roller next weekend at UFC Versus 6, taking place at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. So first of all, what prompted the move to drop down to 155?
It's just a matter of, you know, going into fights and just knowing that I'm going to be giving up a lot of size. I am a lightweight, like that's my frame, and now I don't have to, you know, focus too much on trying to keep weight on. Like I feel so much better. I'm actually in the 160s now, comfortably, and it's definitely a move I should have made earlier, but you know that's in the past. All I can do is just keep going, you know, look into the future. So it's definitely you know, something I plan on sticking with.
Yeah. Now, when you were fighting 170, what were you usually walking around, like 185, 190ish, or just?
Yeah, 185, but that wouldn't be like a good 185. You know, like when I would be training a lot, I could still be eating, like, you know, tons of like carbohydrates and, you know, all the bad stuff that you don't normally get to eat as a fighter. I could eat and still, you know, make weight pretty easily. So you know, this just means more discipline with my nutrition, and other than that, you know, I feel better, I feel faster, I just feel so much better at this weight class. It's going to be a good move.
Now you're talking about nutrition going here. Now, what have been some of the things that you've made, like little changes here? Because obviously with Mun, I've been trying to lose weight myself. So what little differences have you been doing to get the weight off?
Pretty much just eating, like, you know, whole foods and stuff. You know, fruit and vegetables and oils, just getting your fats, and you know, staying away from, you know, like potatoes and bread and pasta, all the things that every person loves to eat, and cheese, and you know, all the good things you can't really eat, but eventually your taste buds, you know, you start to develop a taste for good food. One thing I can't give up is coffee. I mean, supposed to, but I love it too much.
Well, no, I can't blame you there. I'm in the same boat myself right now. I said it's hard, and I said it's good when you get to have like one of those cheat days for yourself. I know obviously probably right now you haven't really got the chance to really do that, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you always try to get yourself in like once a week, but you know, man, there's so many different things I dream about eating, and when it comes time, like last week I had McDonald's, so that was pretty good.
Okay, now going back to your opponent now, the story about how you ended up getting this fight was actually kind of weird, because you were actually down training at his camp when this happened, wasn't that correct? Yeah,
I was down, they flew me down to help train with Johnny for his Mike Pierce fight, and you know, being that me and Johnny have already fought at welterweight, it's not like you know, fly him in, train with him, and then you're gonna have to fight him later. So at that point, but you know, the move was made. I planned on going to lightweight anyways, and Joe Silva knew that. And so me and Johnny, we did some training, and it was literally like the day before I was going home. There was one more day left to train. His sparring and everything was wrapped up anyways. Mark Lehman, you know, knocked on my door and he said, you know, do you get an email yet? I'm like, what? He's like, check your email. So I checked my email, there wasn't anything there. I said, okay, I'm about to have a really awkward conversation with you. This is, you know, this is messed up. And he told me that actually Joe Silva wanted to talk to Ted, their manager, and said that, you know, they wanted me to fight Shane Roller, and you know, it is what it is. Me and him never even got to really train down there together. We did a few drills together, but I mean, you know, so it's not a big deal. I mean, it kind of sucks that like one of like the experts in breaking down film and finding out all the secrets of fighters' games, you know, Mark Lehman's really good at that, studying and learning all that stuff, and now he gets to, you know, watch me firsthand, as if he didn't already know enough from watching me fight Johnny and studying me for that fight. So that's about the only unfortunate thing, but in the end, you know, I'm going to come with my skill set and the new things I've learned, and you know, it's a matter of Shane Roller trying to come out and stop it.
Yeah. Now, when you're down there, now you said you didn't get a chance to train much with Shane, but did you get any chance to really see his style of game, obviously besides what you've seen from his fights in the WC and the UFC, or?
Honestly, he just fought Melvin Gillard not long before, so he was, you know, he was just in the gym, like, you know, keeping at it, keeping fit at that point. So when I was there, no, we never really did too much. You know, I've seen his fights before, and I've watched his. You know, he's good. He's a good wrestler. He's a very good grappler. He's got really good submissions. He's dangerous. He's aggressive. He likes to bring the fight. So it's going to be a good one. I plan on, you know, bringing the same type of attitude as he does. I want to finish the fight. and it's going to be good for the fans.
Now, unfortunately, your last fight ended up getting canceled against Charles Brenneman. Now, for as long as I've known you, I think maybe this is the first time maybe in your career where you had to step out of a fight, especially so close. How hard was that for you that had to do that, where for most of your career you've actually been pretty fortunate to stay healthy?
Yeah, no, it was tough. Something I didn't really ever see coming, you know. Like I started feeling a little bit just crappy, but not knowing why. I didn't, you know, sore throat, you know, you just kind of get a good sleep and try to just sleep it off. And, you know, I was able to train with a sore throat. And then as time went on, I just started, you know, really having poor performances in my workouts and like going, what the hell is wrong with me? But still thinking maybe I just need an extra day off. So I mean, we even tapered the training back and you know, getting a little bit of rest here and there, which usually pays dividends and makes me want to train super hard. And usually I get great workouts. My workouts just kept getting worse, and you know, it was really over like a 5-day span that I really noticed that maybe something was happening. But obviously you want to give yourself the chance to get better, and it just didn't happen. And then, you know, I did a good workout right before I was about to leave, and it didn't, you know, I couldn't push myself through it. I was fatiguing super quick. So at that point we had to make a decision. It was unfortunate. I hate to leave an opponent stranded, but it all worked out for Charlie in the end. You know, he's main eventing this fight, or semi-main event or something, so I bet you he's happy now.
Was it maybe hard? Was it maybe, you know, a little hard for you because maybe if that didn't happen, maybe where you could have gotten the chance to step up to fight Rick Story? Or
well, you know, you never know, right? And I mean, you know, it just sucks. I trained. I wanted to fight. You know, it's been way too long between fights, and you know, that's kind of what prompted my move to lightweight. Is, you know, training and not knowing if I had to fight for so long, losing weight, and realizing that my body is sitting at a certain weight and I'm not even doing anything special. So that was kind of the move. So I mean, I'm not too upset about it. It is what it is. You know, it all worked out for him in the end. He got his fight. You know, it sucks though.
Yeah. Now again, now where you're talking about obviously not fighting in a while. It's been close to a year since where you fought last. Again, this is something in your career where you've not really had like a long period of time off between fights. Does ring rust play a factor in your head, or do you think maybe that could play a factor into this fight at all? Or?
You know, a lot of guys in this sport, they fight like 3 times a year, four times a year at most. Most guys fight 2 or 3 times a year though, and you know, I think that's good. You're gonna have just as much ring rust fighting 2 times, 3 times a year. It's a matter of you know, just preparing yourself, going through, you know, mental reps in your head, and just doing as much, you know, like just you want to be prepared for everything that they can do, and you know, that's all I can do at this point. You know what I mean? That's it. I really wish that guys could fight more, but there's injuries that happen, and you know, if you could fight more, that'd be great. But what happens if you fight and then you lose? Then you're out of a job, you know. So I think it's good to get, you know, 3 fights a year, but at times I think that can leave fighters a little bit rusty.
Yeah. Now, to steer away from fighting a little bit, now for anyone who's really gotten to know you or that, have you got a chance to watch any of the NFL this year, and maybe gotten to see any games yet?
Yeah, that's all I do. I watch football. Yeah. And get yelled at for it, but I do it.
So right now in the season, who have you liked so far? What teams have really impressed you going into the season in the first 2 weeks?
Well, it's New England's obviously impressive, and Green Bay's always impressive. It's kind of like a cheap answer for you, but you know, Detroit they're actually a pretty surprising team. Obviously they're talented, but they're surprising, just the fact that they've won 2 in the fashion that they have. And I think Buffalo is kind of like one of those teams everyone wants to cheer for. I like to see them do good. I mean, they've been in the, you know, in the bottom feeders of that division for way too long, and it would be nice to see them, you know, win some games and maybe, you know, make the playoffs, but it's going to be tough with the Jets in New England.
Yeah, and obviously for me being a Patriots fan, I don't want to see that happen, but like I said, I think the last time Buffalo made the playoffs, I was still in like grade 8 or grade 9, so the Music City Miracle. So
yeah, no, I mean, you know, you never know. It's week 2 just went by, so yeah. You never know what's going to happen at this point in the league, and I don't know. I just love watching. That's why it's so unpredictable. Actually, after my fight, we're going to stay in Washington and head over to Baltimore and check out the Ravens and the Jets on a Sunday night game. So that's going to be, you know, awesome. I never really get to. I've only seen one other NFL game, and that's definitely a big one, Sunday Night Football, and I'm going to go down and check that out.
So what would it be like to just go in there and see, like I said, you got like Darrelle Revis, one of the best defensive players in the league, Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Like I said, Hall of Famer, Ed Reed, Hall of Famer. So what do you think that experience is going to be like? Obviously, maybe where you did get to go see one NFL game before, but now with like 2 top teams going in.
I mean, I got to see the Ravens play the Bengals before. That was the year that Cincinnati actually won their division, like a couple of years ago. But it was a pretty good game. But you know, I get to see like LT and so many good guys, and it'll definitely be a pretty awesome. Plus, you know, it's going to be a good game. Sunday Night Football, and both those teams come to play every year, and they're always playoff contenders. So that'll be good to watch.
Yeah. And also, besides NFL, has the training cut into any of your video game timing at all, or any new games you've been playing, maybe besides Madden?
I pretty much squeeze a game or 2 of Madden in a day if I can, and I also I play Call of Duty as much as I can, but it's been a while, you know. I only get a couple hours at most a day that I can maybe squeeze in a game, so I try to limit it to 1 so I can at least get better at it.
Yeah. Now, before we finish this up, any final thoughts, shout-outs, or anything you want to say, or just maybe, obviously, what you're predicting going in for the fight next Saturday and how you're going to win this fight? I'm assuming, obviously, you had that mindset going in.
That I'm going to win? Really? No, yeah, just, you know, thanks everybody for, you know, support me along the way. All my sponsors, Remote Access Technology, Rivalist, Cashbin ATM, Goods Property Maintenance, and Popeyes Health Supplements. You know, without you guys, you know, it would make my life a lot harder. So, you know, thank you, and I'm going to do my best to represent, you know, everybody in the Maritimes, Canada, and my team, Fit Plus.
All right, again, TJ Grant fighting next week at UFC on Versus 6 against Shane Roller in Washington, D.C. So TJ, again, thank you very much. You're always been a good friend of us at Top MMA News, and best of luck next weekend.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.